Hello, hello. Hey everyone, just wanted
Hey.
to do a spontaneous live stream. Hello. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but we've been posting a couple more videos than usual this past week or two. And yeah, just wanted to hang out with you guys and say hi. Um, with this community, Z and I, we just have so much fun talking about personality type stuff and talking about real life examples of personality type. Personality type such a cool way where we can all connect with each other, appreciate different types of people, understand our own blind spots, that sort of thing. And so yeah, we've just been putting out some of those videos, but I was like, hey, I really wanted to just like hang out with you guys, um, say hi. So just to before I start rambling a little bit more, what's going to happen is basically in about like 25-30 minutes, there's a link in the description where Z and I are going to go to a on our own website. We're going to be reacting to Singles Inferno together. Z and we've seen nothing of Singles Inferno. So if you don't know Singles Inferno, we're in the same exact boat with you. But we heard that this season has some interesting stuff, and a little bit of a twist. Um, that sounds fun. And so we're going to be checking it out. If we see any interesting personality patterns or relationship dynamics along the way, we'll be stopping and discussing. We can't we can't stream obviously Singles Inferno while we're watching it and analyzing personality patterns here on YouTube. So to watch along with us, what you're going to need to do is you're going to go into the description. There's a link. You just type in your like name, email, that sort of thing, and then we'll be like right there, just watching some Singles Inferno, checking it out. Hey guys, 13 people are here. That's so cool. If you're new, I'm curious, what video on the Think More Deeply channel have you been able to watch this past week? Which one was your favorite? Um, I'm really excited about the Tom Cruise one. I had so much fun. That's one of my favorite videos on the membership site. And so making like a little short version to share with you guys, that was so fun. I was so curious what you guys thought. Um, hey guys, really good to see you. Um, yeah, Z, what do you think?
Hey, no, I'm super excited. I'm curious where everyone's from. Got 13 people, or where did you come from? YouTube post, Discord server. Oh, a lot of people from Discord. It seems like nice to see everyone here. Are you podium members? Where is everyone from?
Yeah. It seems like there's a lot of letters in the chat. There's E, there's Chu, Z is
Yeah.
here.
The
Uh,
Discord is pretty funny. It's either really extreme, like one letter, or like a really, really long, like it's not even a name, it's just an action, like person walking out the street. That's literally the name that they've decided on for the day.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, and so yeah, we'll be reacting to Singles Inferno soon. Special link down below in the description for the watch party. But before it, we wanted to hang out with you guys and just say hi here. The FE with Tom was really cool. Yeah, with that video, I mean, it's a with Tom Cruise, he's a very like extreme example. But one of the main points that Z and I wanted to share with that video was just how Effie doesn't always look like being smiley and nice and friendly all the time. Um, if you think about it, that makes no sense, right? Um, if you ever, let's see, yeah, if any of you guys have had spent time with someone who uses FE, yes, they might be really paying attention to how they say things or how they want to emotionally impact other people, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be nice and friendly all the time. And so we wanted to show you guys like a sort of exaggerated version of that. how Effie can also be correcting, how Effie can also be pretty stern and intense sometimes. Actually pushing out feelings to correct or fix the social dynamic outside. In the same way that they can push out extrovert feelings to make everyone feel good, they can also push out feelings to send out signals. Hey, maybe you're making this person feel uncomfortable. Hey, maybe we should be thinking about how we say things, that sort of thing. So Tom, obviously, very extreme and exaggerated, but we thought that was like a really cool lesson we wanted to share. Yeah, Tom Cruise is really fun. Genuinely, he's such a charismatic person. Super charismatic. I don't know if you've seen any clips, but we showed a really a version of him getting angry, but in other clips, he's so nice seeming. Like he's so like, hey, thank you so much. He's like really good at being like sincere and making people feel good and
Yeah.
appreciate stuff like that.
I think that he displays such a really interesting, nuanced way of how Fe can just like, when I describe it, it's not the most accurate way, but it's like Fe can tend to choose the feeling of what's necessary for the outside in the moment. So if it's like, I need to be stern right now, put on a face, and then straight after that, I'll choose the happy one, like, hey, good job. Like,
Yeah.
literally within one to the next, it's like, it'll just shift because it wants to be malleable to the outside, right? So the extroverted functions are always wanting to adjust to what's happening outside. And you can see how he uses feeling, but in a very, like very flexible way. But it's so quick. I think for Fi, definitely, I'd love to hear how people relate to that. But what I've seen with Fi is it takes time to shift from one feeling to the other. It needs to be processed a bit. You can't just jump from happiness, from like anger and sternness to then all of a sudden joy and like as if nothing happened. I'm not saying that's what Fi is, but typically when you speak to a lot of people with Fi, it can be like, well, you just pick a feeling. You pick a feeling that's necessary for what's happening at the moment outside that's needed.
Fe.
And that's something with Fe, yeah. And that's something that's very noticeable that I've seen with extroverted feeling. But also what I thought was really fun was that we actually posted just before that Tom Cruise video, we just posted like 3 days before that an ISTP video with Fe Inferior. So I just think that was really interesting that we were watching an ISTP show up with Fe Inferior, and then we kind of left the Tom Cruise video open to be like, is he really an ISTP? Just to kind of leave it like open for discussion. But I just thought a lot of people still have a lot of misconceptions or maybe some stereotypes, I think, with how Fe is supposed to be if it's in a higher position. So
yeah, with this, I don't know. I mean, I would assume a lot of people here, they've seen my main channel, the Eric Wen channel. And even on that channel, there's like some nuance with Fe I haven't been able to talk about yet. In there, I'm always showing the positive, most obvious side of Fe, where it's like trying to make other people feel good. But it was so fun getting to, in this video, actually show how Fe can be a little intense and mean sometimes. And for those of you wondering, with this second channel, with this channel, we'll just think of it as its own channel. Zee and I we are really passionate about showing real life examples of personality type and personality patterns in action. And we want to explore some of that nuance. We know that some of you guys, some of the letters, you already know some of the functions. And so how can we show you a little bit more of an intermediate level version of some of these topics that I don't normally get to explain on the Eric Wen channel? Why do so many people think that he's an ISTP? Why his Fe is so obvious? I generally don't understand.
yeah, we were
Tom
also
Cruise
trying to figure
really
that
strong,
out.
really strong.
We were like, why? And then we kind of read a few things, and it's literally like, because he likes to do his own stunts and he likes to jump off, buildings. And a lot of his movies are like, very adrenaline heavy. And dangerous, right? And he's known for doing his own stunts, but that wasn't really. I mean, that's not
Yeah.
really.
Actually, if you hear
function.
his thought process behind why he's so passionate about doing those stunts himself and creating those experiences, you'll see that his motivation's actually very outside focus. I don't want to give too many spoilers for the main video, but that's a really interesting topic. Yeah.
Yeah, I
FE
think once we've
users can be
seen a
very
few people like kind of type him because of that, we were like, no, like none of
we need to
this
just
is
like
actually
separate that and
reliable.
like try to look into it ourselves. Yeah.
Yeah, we're like, can't rely on this. Let's just start again.
Yeah. Rot, it's really good to see you. We're always, Zee and I are always mentioning like, Rot, you always like bringing up some really good comments. Like you're always like noticing some patterns really quickly. So appreciate you being here. Shlu,
Hey,
Eric and Zee, good to see you again. Tom, yeah, you watched the full version. That's so cool. I'm not just saying it. It's one of my favorite videos because what happened was Zee and I went in. I had been sort of working on it for like like a week, just watching clips passively. And then after I saw Mission Impossible, I was like, no. Like, let's look into this for real. I'm really curious now. And so Zee and I just turned on the camera, and for the next like 2 hours or so, we watched clips, and we were shocked, like genuinely shocked at like, whoa, this is so crazy. These are such interesting personality patterns popping out.
that
Just to circle.
video,
Oh, go ahead.
I actually feel like if anyone is kind of curious of like behind the scenes on how Eric and how I kind of go and we both kind of figure out, start looking at the type. That's a really great video of how we sort of just start doing like a first watch of something and our process of like watching and picking up on patterns. It's not the perfect process, but if you guys want to see how we kind of try to almost break it down from like a math problem, that's a really interesting one because you'll see how Eric starts to see patterns, and then you'll see how I'll be like, why not this one? Are you saying it's this one? And we just kind of work through a process of like, checking all the different possibilities. And then
really
also checking when it's not. So yeah, that's kind of a fun process because it's not a fully finished process, but it shows the like all of the work that we do to actually figure out the math problem.
Yeah, it's so satisfying when it just like clicks into place. But something you'll learn with Zee and I, if you see our actual process, we spend a lot of extra time because we really don't like jumping to, like watch a 15-minute clip. Oh, that's this. It's a little bit more like, no, let's try to get to know this person and double check if that's something that they do really consistently, if they're comfortable with it. What were some of their motivations underneath? Is it all sort of checking out and making sense? Nicole, good to see you here. It's so fun like seeing different names here. And yeah, Zee and I were going to be posting more on this channel. So if you're excited about that, hit the like button. Doesn't really do anything, but it's just great seeing you guys here. For Tom Cruise, I think many people associate heavily with his Mission Impossible character, and that might, it's funny though, because when like if you actually watch Mission Impossible from the lens of the personality type that we were talking about in the Tom Cruise, like it actually seems, I feel like there's some crossover between Tom Cruise's real personality and his character in Mission Impossible. That's not always how it works, but I was like, why is he always like running around saving people and feeling super responsible about taking care of everyone and saving everyone and like like
in a really like a little bit like
I'm so stressed out because I need to take care of everyone. All the people I care about are in trouble and I need to save them. I was like I see where this is going. Oh my gosh, I need to save them all. I mean, even in the most recent Mission Impossible movie, that literally is what it is. It's like he meets a spy that betrays him like 3 different times, but he's like, you're now part of the team. I'm gonna do everything I can to save you. I was like,
Don't get
you
spoilers
really
of the
care about
movie.
saving and taking care of everyone, dude. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, and then you see the video of Paul from Love is Blind just before that, and you see his FE when he's in a position where the girls are like making him responsible for something. Like, yeah, well, I would get mad if you said that. And he's just like, yeah, I don't really care. I'm gonna get out of here. Like,
Yeah, they're
I
like,
don't want to
you
be
should care
responsible.
about how, yeah, you shouldn't say that. Like, you should really be saying things differently so that we feel like,
Like that.
connected. And he's like, but I don't even know you. What? Why?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, there is no, like, you can see he's a little bit like, I'm a little uncomfortable, but then he's like, I'm out. Peace.
yeah, he's looking at his girlfriend, and she's like, oh shoot, she's mad, and he's like, but I don't know them. Like, this is really stressful. Like, wait, what? What's going on
Yeah.
here?
Meanwhile, Tom Cruise is like at the interviewer, Peter, that's not what's going on. I find it appalling that this is what's really going on.
Yeah,
So different. I'm not saying that
yeah,
that's how all, everyone. I'm not saying that all ICPs are like Paul, but you can kind of see how FE can be more comfortably used in certain personality preferences, right? And so with Paul, you can definitely, he's like, oh no, something happened in the F. Like, he's still got FE. He's still going, oh no,
he
this
does
is not
care.
harmonious anymore. Something happened, but he's not like going in there and actively trying
to fix it. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, actually, it's the opposite. He's like trying to share his honest thinking in a way that will not offend people or will come across accurately and like fit in with the social expectations. But you can see he's sort of struggling because he's like, hey, I just like her for my own reasons. Like, why do I have to explain it
Explain this
outside
to
to these
you.
people that I don't know yet and justify it to them when it's just my own reason? Like, a little bit like, and wait, they seem like they don't like me. Like, they're just like jumping down my throat for no reason. Like, anyways, it was a great clip. Have you guys seen the rant where Tom Cruise did on the Mission Possible? Yeah, he got really pissed that people weren't supposed.
That's in the
second
in the 1 hour. That's in the 1 hour.
In the 1 hour version, that's like the next clip that we saw right after, and we were like, whoa, wow, this is so interesting.
You
So
see me like literally have like PTSD from
yeah. Z was like, I don't want to watch that clip ever again. Yeah. How are you supposed to social distance on a movie set? That's funny. Yeah. But yeah, I don't want to give too many spoilers, but it was really interesting why he was so upset. What was stressing him out so much about
that video.
the situation. It's funny. I knew a lot more about Tom Cruise than I thought going in. I was like, oh, I've just seen it. But actually I was like, no, he has this pattern of being like this. And I was just giving Z a whole bunch of fun facts about Tom Cruise the whole time. Anyway, so for those of you here, just throwing it in again, Z and I were about to blind react to this Netflix show, Singles Inferno. It's a Korean show. It's a dating show, but apparently it's got some cool twists and relationship dynamics on it. The way to join us when we're doing the watch party, just go down into the description. You'll see this link. You just type in your name and email, and it'll just like, you don't even like, you just click and then you'll see us pop up on the screen. So would love to see some of you guys there if you're available. Again, it's just going to be our first impressions. So we're watching and discovering it alongside with you, but we thought it'd be sort of fun to share our process with you.
So we found out about doing, I mean, we've heard about Singles Inferno a lot, but actually the reason we kind of went down this trail is because we started asking our, followers and people commenting, especially podium members, what do you want us to react to? And we literally had like an open request on, like, just tell us who we should react to. And one of the podium members, Lyra, she's one of the longest followers, but Eric recommended this. So we watched a little bit, and after that we were like, that's a really interesting show. So we kind of just like going down this rabbit hole. Anyway, my point is, if you're here and you have like a celebrity or reaction, something you want us to react to, we definitely love doing that. That's some kind of really exciting, and maybe it turns into one of these rabbit holes as well. And so I think, if you have any recommendations, shout them out or send them. I think, Eric, we have a form or something.
Yeah. Go to the what's the easiest way? I've just been doing it to anyone on the mailing list, basically. So if you go to my website, learn.ericwen.com, and you just like go to the bottom or wherever it says like, do you want to know about future live streams? And that's usually when I'll find an easier way to do it. But at the moment, basically, yeah. Every once in a while I'll send out an email and be like, hey, taking some suggestions, and then we react to it on the next live stream. Do most FE dominant people struggle with people pleasing? That's interesting. I think it leans that way, I'd say.
I don't know.
But there's more nuance to it than that. I think that's and also, just because you see people pleasing doesn't mean that they're necessarily FE. Okay, that's an important one right there. There's a lot of different types that can really think a lot about that.
I think it's one of the easiest attributes that people connect to it. I don't think FE is people pleasing. But I think a lot of people just think of them as obvious one, and they will end up connecting it to it. But I don't think most FE dominant people struggle with people pleasing. But it could be anyone with FE that leans too heavily on FE. That could be something that could happen, is to focus too much on that outside people feedback. And
Actually,
wanting to,
sorry for interrupting. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
It's either, right? It's the TE or FE, any type of making decisions in the outside world, or or making decisions based on outside things, or how, like, I feel like there's this sense of how things should be for outside stuff or because of outside stuff. Leaning a little bit too much on that function, or can lead to sometimes adjusting a little bit too much for outside, right? People pleasing.
Yeah. So, I mean, I've seen EPs with quite a bit of that side too. Sometimes it just looks like that as well. I think we have to double check as well. Are they trying to people please, or are we just putting on our own understanding of it? So
sorry if that's a little confusing, but yes, FE people can struggle with people pleasing, but there's more nuance to it than that. There's a lot of other personality types that can also, and just because you see people pleasing doesn't mean it's necessarily FE. I have an ISFJ friend. He's very oriented to the group, but I definitely don't think he's a people pleaser. He just takes into account others and likes to include others, making sure they're okay. Interesting. Yeah. So anyways, it's coming up on when we're going to be switching over. Very, very soon. But the 19 people that are here, appreciate you. We're going to be watching some singles Inferno, blind reacting to it, sharing some of our first impressions. If you'd like to watch along with us, there's a link down below in the description. With this channel, I mean, Zee and I love personality type stuff, and trying to, make it more fun and practical, and just give you guys some real life examples that we find are really interesting. And so we've seen some of the comments and shares and stuff this past week with the new videos. Thank you guys so much for being here. Excited to make more videos, and hopefully also we want to build a little bit of a community here, a little sort of wholesome community where we can chat about personality type stuff together, make it fun. This isn't really a place to be getting super Like, I don't know, like we want to keep it sort of wholesome and fun and practical. So if you're into that, keep watching the videos. We appreciate you being here. Also, by the way, um, there's like the easiest way if you want to make suggestions for future, celebrity reacts or that type of stuff. Um, you On my website, learn.ericwen.com, there's like a free button in the header that will give you three free videos. You'll just sort of get emails in the future. That's probably the easiest way if you wanted to make a suggestion in the future. Just join the free tier. There's no like credit card or anything that you need to do. It's literally just like type in your name and make an account. That's it. So yeah, it's on my website, link down below in the description. Zee and I are going to end the stream here, but just wait 5 minutes and we'll be on that other live stream. Excited to see you guys there.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.